We got a volume here. We'll see if it works out all right. Last time for the hour and 45 minute broadcast, it didn't work. So now let's see if I can go to the video manager. Let's see if it shows up. I want to try to get the comments on live. I have a desktop in front of me here. I've got my phone. We're still learning. We're on Wordy weekend now, but we are still learning. We will run till basically 1:30 in the morning, and then take a break. Let's see here. It's taking a bit of time for the. Oh, here we go. Wordy weekend hash showed up. Turn the volume down so we don't hear anything. Alrighty, so we're on the chat. The chat is now visible. So I think I can see chats come in if someone does make a comment, I can see it coming in. It's trying to stream now. So I think we'll sort of take this opportunity here. We're coming in at 892,000, which is good. This is our boy King here. We'll do our first run with King. Let's take his picture for Instagram. And let's see if we can actually get. Oh, let's get our two keys. We've got our volume for the ad. Okay, we're going to try this. See how this works out. All right. This is going to be a little bit of a trial error in the beginning. We can still have to learn our way around these different things, and then we'll move from there. So there is a bit of a learning curve here, but I don't think it should be too bad. So this is Kawaii Game. I'm getting the channel set up. The Kawaii TV channel is now Kawaii Tea House TV channel is now working. So we're back with our boy. We got our. Let's turn the volume back up. That shouldn't be too bad. So we got some volume on here. Before we didn't have any volume. Let's see what happens this time. So we're playing till 1:30. It's basically 50 minutes, 10 minutes to 1 right now. It's like, well, I have it on a 24-hour clock. Here's our daily mission. Still have to do the daily mission. This is what I was saying before in the last video, that I leave the daily mission on Friday until tonight when I start running the Wordy Weekend. The reason why I'm doing this is because there is so much so many characters to run that it takes me a while to get through everything. I have to break it up into spurts, and then you do one final run. Just Sunday around 6 o'clock begins the one final run, and you go as far as you can until midnight to see if you can actually finish the Wordy Weekend, because you have so many characters to go through. And I don't really know whether that's going to be the case or not. Or okay, there's the one we have to spell for Wordy Weekend. So the daily and the Wordy Weekend are being done together at the same time. And this is Friday's daily. It cuts down on the number of uh, runs that have to be done in order to get things working out all right. So I'm going to try this out. This is an experiment to see how this ends up working out. We have 226 coins. Not a bad run. Not a good run, but not a bad run either. Because we're trying to get up to consistently up to 500 coins. Go. There's the Iron King. You spelled the character's name. This is King, but I have him dressed as Dracula. There we go. That's the daily. And I always keep jumping too early for these things sometimes. Do we get to the daily here? Ooh, another 8,000. Double up 16,000. Drop the immediate sound. Drop the volume. Swipe the gamer tools from Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus, S8 Plus away because I have it turned off. It actually interferes with the gaming. And we have the rest of our ad to go through before we turn the volume back up again, and let's see what type of sound we end up getting at the end of the video. Okay, so this is it here. We're back at our settings. There we go. We have it louder than we did before. So this is 84 coins, not bad, not a good run. So we're trying. The goal of getting the larger runs is the issue. The issue is the consistency in the weekly top scores to consistently be in the field that you're supposed to be in. That's the whole goal here. Of course, what happens if you're tired or fatigued? We've been doing a lot of writing, a lot of sort of prep work for Kawaii TV. Then that interferes and slows you down, causes you to make mistakes simply due to the level of alertness that you have. So, so far from what I can hear, I've got the live stream on softly. I can hear the background media. The question was maybe I just didn't have it loud enough, and that's kind of where we end up at. So we'll see at the end here whether or not we end up with sound, the background media sound in here, or we just have my voice talking. And if that's the case, then we have to sort of figure out a way to get the sound in here if there is a way to do that. There might not be a way because we are streaming on Android. This platform does have some glitches to it, so we're at the end. We have one more to go before we get King, and then we have the large the gold surprise box, the super surprise. We're having a very good run with King. A message came in from Amoeba. Being a nerd and being into anime, there are a number of Japanese services that you have on here, including Line. I'll be showing you some of the Kawaii games from Line. I should have gone around. Forgot I didn't have the shoes on right now. So let's see what we get. We get head start. Not going to bother doubling that up. And this is a good one. King is good. At 780 coins, we got 241 or 242,000 in terms of points. So we have one more run to go before we have the G to go before we move on to the next character. I can see from what I can see on the screen there, the desktop screen in front of it, that there is a delay between uh, what you're streaming, what I'm seeing on my screen, and what you're seeing on your screen. There is a delay between the two. So this may have been the issue with the past live stream where I didn't have a lot of volume on there. There may not have been. Oof, the left gesture didn't work. The live stream may not have had enough time to catch up with the real time, with the game itself, the device itself, and record the audio. Sort of that we're talking about the background media track. But these are as we get started. This is our sort of our fifth broadcast, and this wording weekend's really just going to tell going to be the way we're sort of going to qualify whether this is a success or not in terms of our streaming is what can be done. Does it pick up the audio? Does it not pick up the audio? Uh, can we chat? Can we not chat? Certainly here we can have a discussion. That's what I did the last video for an hour and a half, as we had a discussion on a variety of different topics. We talked about actually the election and uh, the choices that you have in terms of electing politicians, and talked about people's choices in terms of reality. They prefer fiction to reality. Most people, it seems, prefer fiction to reality. And this is why you have the whole thing of fake news and Mr. G. So we have to wait till it replaces this. Sometimes with the shoes, you don't get the accurate movements left and right that you should have, uh, given the bounciness of the shoes. And there you go again. I tried to move back, but I couldn't move back. I did the swipe gesture, but it didn't get it. That's kind of that's how some of these things go. Sometimes you get things, sometimes you don't. And the glitches, from my, from my perspective, are part of part of the game. Is part of the challenge. As I said before, I am a free player. I am a nerd role player, which is why there's the name Cyborg Alpha. That's my role play character. And here we go. We got the G. Didn't see that train coming, but we did get the G. The pictures I'm taking are for Instagram. What do we get? We're into the 90,000 mark. Here we'll get another 6,000. So I'm gonna put this down so we don't hear the commercial. I don't know whether they mind the 30-second commercial being in here or not. But at least we've got the volume down. You can see what's being done. You can see if you like the game. This is sort of like a duels or a color matching game. There's a lot of those out there, but they have in the perspective of a role playing fantasy actually here. My choice tends to be more of the kawaii games, the cute games, than anything else because I deal with the other stuff in many ways in reality. So the news and so on and so forth. So I'm not gonna go back to where I was. And let's bring this up now. Let's see if I've got a point here. That should be good. Let's give it one more. There we go. So we're gonna run with Jenny now. Jenny is our next character. And the goal here is to see how much we can do. Well, that was about 15 minutes. So we did one character in 15 minutes. And this will kind of be our sort of our test to see how we can run this live. I was always thinking about doing this live, but never wasn't able to find programs, apps that would actually allow me to stream live to Twitch. This one that I have now is called DU Recorder. It's like a camera program, and it was allowing me to do the screen capture, great, but I couldn't stream to Twitch. It didn't have the option. It just upgraded last month, and in the new upgrade was the ability to live stream to Twitch. They had for YouTube. I tried YouTube to do the live streaming to YouTube. It didn't work. It keeps asking me for verification. The account is already verified, and so there's no access to YouTube's live stream from this app currently. Uh, just missed the J there. I should have broke out the hoverboard, which gives me the jumping shoes. It behaves like the jumping shoes, anyways. Allows me to jump over trains. Here's the J for Jenny. We got the first one. Now I try to do these action shots where the J is announced as I'm running through these things. But what happens is that sometimes you're in a situation that is rather precarious, and there's no free space to take the shot. So I don't know whether that's a possibility. That might be dropped from the Instagram posts, the action shots, since we're doing live streaming anyway. So they can, if you want to sort of see the action, you can catch the live stream, or even if because I have it on video on demand on YouTube as well. You did YouTube or Twitch. There's the E. Now we've got the trains here to deal with. Turning out to be a good run. So King is a good runner. I know Jenny's a good runner. I've got several top scores with Jenny. That was the hoverboard. I guess it interpreted one of my taps as a double tap, turned it on at the point where it's going to crash, and well, not bad. 591 coins. We're above our intended target. You see there where me is, and the gold pendant beside it. That's my last week's run, and I have a no current run of 1.44 million. Okay, let's remove Jenny again. I think we've got the N there. We got the N and the Y. Those are the next two letters. Oh, didn't work out. I tried to do the double tap, but it didn't work out. It interpreted it as a right move, and it went right into the train. So that's not how we ended up dying. And it should have gone through the tell there. That would have given me one of the letters that put the N. We're gonna have to wait until we get to until it replaces itself. What happens? The letters replace themselves uh, every so often. I'm not too sure how long we're gonna have to jump around like this, but we'll do the run until we get the next N again. So they try to get the N there, but it didn't work out. So we get hoverboard. We get one. I'm not gonna double it up. Yeah, 255. I thought we were doing better than that, but apparently not. I noticed that the game, in terms of its uh, is live streaming, that there are breaks in between there. Why there are breaks, I have no idea. Maybe it's there might be a streaming issue. There might be I know my router is not exactly the best thing for streaming. It's rather old. So I do have to get another one after Christmas. That's sort of thing. I've got the new one coming in on Monday. New high speed one. This one is a gigabit. It's not, but this one is basically just at the gigabit limit in terms of what I have. The next one will be even on the Wi-Fi. It will be gigabit, so it will give you a lot more capacity to stream. That's the one I'm bringing up north right now, and because I'll be up north for about a month, I'm not going to order the next one until basically sometime in January. So we got the N. Now we need the Y. And this is sort of what gives you the well takes it adds to the time it takes to run through all the characters. So we got in there in terms of prize box. Yeah, we'll double it a lot up. Drop the volume. I thought there was a message coming in, but there was no message, no comment. Oh, and let's see, it's 1:14. We're just at the 15-minute mark for this character, so swipe that away. Let's bring our volume back up again. Go to the P of the prize. Here we go. Now we're looking for the Y. Adjust the volume down just a little bit. Hopefully it's enough for, but that sort of remains to be seen. I'll know when I play it back. Play it back on the computer on the desktop whether or not the sound is sufficient or not, and if we need to make any adjustments. And here's the Y. And again, it didn't jump properly, but we got the box anyways. The price box anyways. So let's see what we end up getting. Head starts. We'll do two of them. We'll double it up. Get four. This commercial, amuses me. I started working on a neuroplasticity, and this is what this is for: neuroplasticity, a way of retraining your brain. I've been working on. I started on that project. I began more than 15 years ago. It was one of my first steps into cybernetics. Before I went from that to into observational psychology. Let's see. Let's bring this back up again. Here we go. We're just at the key point there. We're going to run with King now. Selected. No, we're not King. Dino. And the thing is, you could also call him Dino as well. There's also the name Dino that's also applied to this. So it's either Dino or Dino, or whatever you want to pronounce it. Here's our jetpack. And the other videos have showed that we were all sort of maxed up. Yeah, it was my foray into cybernetics that led to the creation of Cyborg Alpha as both a role play character and a research project into cybernetic entities. I'll mention that now and again in these videos in case someone was listening and wants to say, hey, why is this, Cyborg Alpha? What's going on here? Well, that's what it is. I should have gone up and gotten the letter, but it didn't. There go those shoes. Things are starting to speed up. Oh, the longer you run, the faster it goes. The other train wasn't really moving, so I should have stayed in that left lane there. Anyways, we got the surprise box. We got the coins here. This is gonna give us 1,000 coins. Drop this down again. Finally, a new ad. These sort of match 'em up games are really popular, and they're addicting. You could spend hours playing these games. So, genies and gems. Just swipe that away. Just bring it back to coins. Oh, I should have bring the volume back up. Yeah, yeah, I'll leave it there. It's just at the numbers, the amount of keys that you have. So we still have 3 letters to go. And from what I can tell from what I'm hearing now on the desktop, near the eye, is there's no volume coming out of it. So it may have dropped and lost the background audio track. So we'll see if that's actually the case. And I'll let you know in the next run, which will probably be sometime in the morning around between 8 and 11. We'll do our next run. Right now, I'm being conservative with the hoverboard. I'm not bringing it up because I really don't need them. I don't mind doing the extra run if I miss a character or have to do something a little bit more. And there are enough bounty shoes in there that it really doesn't matter if you have the board out here. You can get enough achieved in this sort of fashion that you don't need to bring out the hoverboard. Okay, there's a letter coming up. There's the N, and you can see from our coinage there that we've done quite well picking up coins, and particularly with the surprise boxes. We got another surprise box there. More coins. We are at just at the 920,000 mark. This is going to give us another 1,000. Drop this again, the volume again. That was a mistake. It didn't drop enough. Here we go. Now we can swipe. A swipe like that when the volume was still up brought the volume back up again. So uh, so we're back now. The R and there we go. The R and the I is where we need to be in terms of our volume. There we go, and we're at 920,000. So we have the O left to go, and then we're on to our next character. Here's the O. And I think from what I can see on the clock there, it's just about 1:30 that we have time to run one more character. So we're taking about 15 minutes per character. Then one more will be, because we started at 10 to 1. That's basically 50 on the clock because I have it on the 24-hour clock. So 15 minutes into the day, we're now at 1:30. So we've got to get to the 50. That's another 20 minutes. We should be able to do the character, one more character within 20 minutes. Since so far we've been doing the characters, one character every 15 minutes. So that should give us enough time to do one more character. Right now we're 20 minutes short of guys. You know, we're just about 20 minutes short. It's 11:25, so we're a little short of the 40-minute mark. Let me just drop this down. The Huffington Post. Eh. The Huffington Post is more of the same, well, mainstream media garbage. So let's do. This is our Dino one. We're gonna get 4,000 out of this. These are the jack. This is the slot machines that I've been sort of talking about. This has 5 of them. Every time you add a wheel to a slot machine, you increase the probability of a loss. In other words, you increase the odds. So you may think it's easier to win with these things, but they're not. They're harder. So that brings us up to 926,000. We're going to run with Frizzy. This is going to be our last run. It's 125 right now. There's the first letter F. A little loud. Drop the volume a bit. It should be a better volume. Assuming that there is any background volume at all. Once the video goes over, I think it's a half hour or something like that, it starts dropping the background audio. Why it does that, I'm not really too sure. Dead here. I'm not going to double that up. I am going to take a bathroom break. Be back in 2 seconds. I am back. R, so FR. Didn't get the magnet, but I'm still alive. That could have been disastrous. There go the super shoes. So now I'm running regular now. Double up. This gives you the 2 times the points. Helps in the top score, the weekly top score. That's where it's beneficial. Next is the eye. That's what we want next is the eye. The shoes pick up our magnets and pick up the letter, even if you're running over them like that. So we've got the eye. We're just at the uh, 132 mark. So we're more than okay for this run. Now I have to pick up 2 Z's and the Y. So there's 3 letters left to go. This is going to kill us. That's my ringtone. The ringtone doesn't necessarily turn off when the when you're in gameplay. But that was a short interruption. Wasn't bad. Picked up a surprise box. Go for the letter. There we go. Didn't roll properly, but we got the letter there anyway. So, more coins, great. We get more than 500. Drop that down. Swipe that away. It's 135. Let's bring the volume back up again. There we go. To know where you are, you go back to the front page there, and we got the Z and the Y. We got two letters left to go. Drop the volume down a little bit. Bad move. We still have two letters left to go. I'll kill those. Mm, Should have used the bouncer board to get it, but didn't. Use the bouncy shoes again. Get into the lane with the coins here. Good. Here's the Z. We have one letter left to go. We have the Y left to go. Picked up an extra surprise box. Itchy nose cause bad gesture. So let's drop this down again. This is the monsters. Oh no, this is I think Angry Birds or something like that. Yeah, they're Angry Birds. Dismiss. We'll bring our volume back up again. There we go. 302. So we're now at almost very close to 930,000. So I guess with the different volumes, it's hard to sort of keep track of things. We're doing it. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see when the video demand is up. When I go back and check it in a few minutes, whether or not after we're done here, whether or not we actually have a sufficient amount of audio. Here's the Y, and that's the end of this character. We're now at the end of the first part of the wordy weekend. Let's see how many coins we can end up getting. Or the bouncy shoes. Should have gone around, but didn't. 388 coins. We have our box here. We'll get the score boosters. I think I'm at the point now where I'm not going to be using the score boosters anymore, but we'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, turn the volume down. Almost forgot to do that. We're at 143. You're 8 minutes off the hour mark. So this ends up ending up a pretty good thing in terms of our run. We got a good number of characters in within that hour span. And this thing pops up. That's the comments, but I think they're too small to see. So I figured out now. Okay, there it is. That's how you get it away. And we're done now. So we will see you. This is where we'll pick up. We will see you in probably at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, sometime around then. Even maybe even closer to noon. We'll see what happens when. Depends on when I get up. Right now it's 1:30. Well, it's 1:44 in the morning. I'm gonna have something to eat, finish up some work, and then go to bed. All right, so see you later.